So I wanted to speak about a particular someone who I considered fell off, right? Fall off can mean a lot of things in different people's minds, right? Some think it's matrix, some think it's this, some think it's that. But to me, fall off is like someone who has lost who they are, right? It's like imagine when you're watching Messi play, for example, right? And you can tell that something is just off, it just doesn't seem like the Messi I know. It's like that one meme that has a doom doom doom. The one where it says something something something, but I just can't prove it yet. Like it's like I know my homeboy barks at his girlfriend, but I just can't prove it yet, kind of a thing, right? Now, to take you back, I have a weird mindset, right? I like to, whatever I like to incorporate it in whatever I do. For example, in 2018, I was into like these black aesthetic anime girl pictures that I'll find on like Pinterest. I'll show you an example of how it looks like, right? And what would happen is all of that would incorporate into into things I do. Let's say, for example, my all my social media platforms, the profile picture would be, you know, that kind of thing. Even in the game, it'll be that kind of thing. My wallpaper, that kind of thing. At some point, even some of my school books had those kind of wallpaper, that kind of picture, kind of a thing, right? Now, as I have listened to K-pop for a while, the influence has kind of grew on me, right? And I am particularly into the Asian culture, right? Particularly female Asians, right? It's kind of an admiration and a fetish at the same time. I do admit that there is a bit of fetish in it, right? Am I working on it? Yeah, yeah, I am kind of working on it. It's a work in progress. So with my YouTube, the same mindset carried out. In whatever I watched, there will always be a female Asian, right? I wouldn't want anything else, right? I'll give you an example. Like let's say on YouTube, maybe let's say based on how to manage a YouTube channel, right? I would listen to Vanessa. Or let's say if there was a deep topic I wanted to listen, or if I'm in a deep topic mood, something in that nature, right? I would listen to Lucy, right? Who is great and phenomenal, by the way. And I can give an example with music wise as well. Each genre would have its particular one, right? Let's say, for example, if I'm in an R&B mood, right, I would listen to Double, or again, I would listen to Yell. If I'm in a rap-ish mood, kind of a thing, I would listen to XG, right, kind of a thing. So the list goes on and on. So in 2024, which was last year, I wanted to expand my horizon, and I wanted to kick back a bit because things got a bit too stressful after I graduated high school. So I wanted something like a reset point, or something that would just feel nice, right? Very beautiful to look at, and just very nice, just very nice. And I went on ChatGPT that time, and I remember I went to ask, who are the vloggers that you know, right? And I want them Asian specifically, and I should be like a female Asian specifically, kind of a thing, right? And I remember because I couldn't find any, just searching on YouTube, right? It would give me a whole lot of things, male dominated, especially, right? So ChatGPT recommended me Daisy, right? Daisy is a lifestyle vlogger, but she's more on the student side, right? So for me, that was quite relatable. I was like, oh, no, no, I fuck with this, I fuck with this. And as you know, the more you watch, the more YouTube sees that, oh, he's into these type of things. Let's recommend him more, 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 right? And I was recommended about, let me see how many vloggers. about three vloggers, if I can say, right? And one was called Julia Ma, other one was called, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing the name right, but from what I see, it says Sarangho. I don't know if that's I don't know if I was pronouncing them right. And another one called VLE, right? But the one that particularly stood out for me was VLE, right? Not because hers looked better. Oh no. If I were to rank it based on aesthetic wise, Daisy would be number one, Julia Ma would be number three, Sarangho would be number two because hers is just cinematically beautiful, and VLE would be like dead last. But what stood out for me was just how she was able to be, if that makes sense. When I watched her for the first time, she was doing a Japanese vlog, right? And a particular thing that I saw was like she started crying because she felt that she was being an inconvenience to a Japanese, I don't know what you call them, but like people who work at the train. I don't know what they're called specifically, right? Not particularly the people who drive the train, but like the people at the train. They're not security guards. I don't know what they're called, but like they're kind of a thing. You get the point, right? And yeah, and she was crying because she thought that she was an inconvenience, and I was like, haha, nice. Not to say nice to like say that now she's crying or whatever, but it's just like I liked the vulnerability, right? So I binge watched her the most because she was the most real, and she was just her, and that's what I liked about it. And also her edits were very simple, right? They were just simple cuts. It was really nice. It's just something to get lost. She was like, she's a person you'd want to get lost in, right? She's just that's how that's how much I fell in love with her content, right? But as time went on, things get busy, so I couldn't really watch vlogs as much as I used to, right? If I were to watch videos, it'll mostly be how to, improve my YouTube channel, or how can I get better with editing. What editing styles do they use? I mostly watch gamers because I would want to study them and be like, how does this guy move? How does this guy move? How can I, you know, take inspiration from them? How can I make this? How can I make that? And recently, ever since I started doing the whole art of unlearning, I realized, hey man, I want to get back to watching vlogs. And I'm like, no, come on, bro, I'm gonna go to my go-to anyways, VLE, right? And I got back, as I got back to watching, there was like a video that she posted saying that she is gonna be having an editor do her edits for her. And I'm like, oh, you know what, banger. This is because it's like, hey man, it's good, bro. It's good because it's like there is at least now there's less pressure on her. She can produce content. We are consuming more content. It's a win-win. Less hassle for her, more for us. Win-win type situation, right? So the first video I watched was kind of fine, but as I progressively watched the videos when she had an editor, something felt completely off, right? And as I was watching, I was like, hmm, hmm, hmm. You feel? It was just like it, something something was missing, kind of a thing, right? As I watched and I analyzed and I reflected on it, and I was like, the problem isn't the fact that her content got worse. The problem is her content got better, right? Not to say that, you know, her content must suck, kind of a thing. But the was the authenticity about it, right? It's the sole purpose. It's like it's her. She is what made VLE VLE. kind of a thing, right? And when I look at it on the metric wise, she's doing absolutely perfect. She is at an all-time high, kind of a thing, right? Her quality is better, her edits look better, she's producing more. But now the thing is that she kind of lost what made Fearley kind of a thing, right? And it's like, man, it's kind of, you know what, bruh, it is what it is. There's something I can't fight on. Another thing the community has been discussing was that she has like strong views on like her being single and uh, those kinds of things. I don't really want to get into that. I think that's a thing for another video. But I think the sole purpose of what I'm trying to say is for anyone who is listening to this, right, and is, let's say, upcoming kind of a thing, right, please just be yourself, right? Just don't lose what makes you you. I think that's the only thing you have. Majority of the time, anything, majority of the things that we have are quite limited, right? With the tech that we have, the friends that we have, but you aren't really that kind of limited, if that makes sense. You is what makes your content good, kind of a thing, right? So just don't, just don't, bro. Just don't. I think that's why Corey X Kenshin is still thriving and at an all-time high right now because he's still Corey Kenshin. I still watch Corey Kenshin to this day, and it's like, damn. In throughout the old videos and now the newer videos, nothing really changed. Corey is still Corey at the end of the day. Did quality get better? Yeah, it did. But at the end of the day, Corey is still Corey at the end of the day, right? Um, yeah, I think that's it for the rest of the video. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you, yeah, next week, next month. I don't know when you're gonna watch this, when you're gonna watch another video of mine. But I will see you, I guess.